What's happening? What's happening, YouTube? This one's going to be about Cy Young Awards 1990, where Bob Welch got it, but Roger Clemens, it felt questionable. Now, sight on scene with a couple of things we're going to mention. Welch had more innings pitched, and he was 27-6. That's the first time a pitcher had won 27 games since Steve Carlton did it in 1972. So that alone would be like worth riding and what have you. Roger Clemens was 21-6. Okay, so you can use that point for us differential 6, flip it how you want. But Clemens had a 193 ERA. Welch had 297. He had more strikeouts too, 209, 127. It was a different situation where it didn't add up. You know, these things are funny because how are you measuring the numbers? What are you using it against? I think it was pretty much a case of we're tired of Roger Clemens because he's too dominant. And they didn't want to give it to him, so they felt like they give it to Bob Welch. Well, the thing about Bob Welch is that he had the most wins, but he wasn't considered the top dog on his own team. When it came World Series time, because the A's were a dominant juggernaut with the Bash brothers leading the way and Tony La Russo, and if you go from 87, especially 88 to 9 when they went to 3 World Series and they won one, but they underachieved after Kirk Gibson's home run in 88. They did win 89 against the Giants, and they got swept by Cincinnati. But that kind of talent they had and what they had, and Eckersley was their, dominant in the bullpen, they underachieved. But this is the thing. Welsh had that kind of year. That wasn't common for him. So it was almost like an out of body. And also the thing is that when I was going back to what I was saying, Tony Russo gave the starting. If you get to pitch 2 games in the World Series, game 1 and 4, that's for your best pitcher. That was considered to be Dave Stewart. That's right, Stu got it, not Bob Welch. So for 27-6, you weren't considered the top dog, which is kind of like when you get these kind of awards. It's kind of like, you know. And see, awards are very funny, especially like when certain things, like, like if you get a World Series MVP or you get, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the best. Usually, I can say that they tend to get to the best player when it's the NBA in the finals. And I want to say football, unless somebody has an outer body, it tends to go to, but there've been some cats that's had outer bodies and one, but this here, it was very telling. And so it's questionable that he got the award, but some people thought Clemens should have gotten it. So wins didn't really have that kind of sway in some people's mindset. And I remember Bob Welch when he pitched for the Dodgers and when he went to the A's, he was never in Roger Clemens's. He was not in his galaxy. Good, but not great. But I'm just always funny, like when I look back on some of these old awards and how they picked up certain people, and so. But anyway, but let me know what you think though in the comments though. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another initiative if you like, and hit that membership. Because when you do requests like this, come back to you. And then I definitely will get back to you. And if you got requests, we can do more about it. But I like going around, keep your mind clear, fresh, stay mind, stay cool, stay calm, stay woke. And I like to go back on these because sometimes some of these things are so kind of glaring that you want to make sure you ain't missing nothing why somebody got an award and what was the reason and criteria. All right, I'm out. Peace.